What is going on, everybody? I'm back. I told you I would be back. And we have something special tonight. I do this every single year on December 23rd. And it is a little tribute to Corey Haim. So if you've been following my channel, every single December 23rd, I did a show. The first year, I did one with Staunch TV. We went through Corey Haim's full filmography. Last year, we did one with Staunch came back. I had Justin from Movie Watch Daily on here, or Justin David, or Justin Howard, or Dead Couch, or whatever you want to call him. He was part of the show as well. And we went over all of Corey Feldman's filmography. So this time, we are going to go through Corey Haim's movies from the 80s, and we're going to tell you our memories of them, and we're going to actually rank them according to which ones we like the best. So there's a lot of people popping in, and I did not come alone tonight. As always, when I do these, I want to have some guests that are into the Coreys, and I'm going to bring my first guest in now. Oh,
hello.
What's up, kid?
What's up? I'm excited. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. Another big Coreys fan right here. Mel over at My Killer Podcast, 1/3 of the Radpack. What's going on, kid? Happy holidays to you.
That's me. Happy holidays. Thank you. It's busy. It's going to be a busy one.
It is going to be a busy one. And it's going to be a fun one, though. And, you know, I had to bring in a third here. And unfortunately, Justin has got beef with the Coreys. So, like, he really couldn't be the third man tonight. So I had to go out and get a different Justin that respects the Coreys. Oh! And it's Justin over at Ryan 1988. Justin is an OG in the YouTube space. Somebody I was watching years before I started doing a channel. Justin, what is going on? Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Garrett, Mel. Hello.
Hello.
I'm not that Justin, but I'm another Justin. So I mean, there's still a Justin present.
That's what we were going for. We wanted to make sure if we had to do the three that we had Garrett, Mel, and Justin. It just only made sense.
I mean, it's awesome. And, you know, I'm honored to be able to talk to you both again because, you know, it's been a while since we've done one of these. And, yeah, so very touched to be a part of this. Thank you.
Hey, man. Thank you. Like I said, you were somebody I watched before I started this thing. You were somebody that I made sure to have on the channel. When I first started doing this, we did a couple episodes together here on Rad Recommendations. We did one on Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and you're rocking the Dance TV shirt today. Yeah. So I definitely appreciate that because, you know, I'm a big fan of that one.
Oh, yeah. I was grooving to the music the other day on Instagram. So.
I saw that and I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you. So,
I did.
I appreciate it so much. You know what? I live life to the fullest, and it's like you just got to dance and do what you want to do. So that's what
I did see Justin bounce into the intro music down there.
Oh yeah, I was
he was into it. I could see.
I was full on Sarah Jessica Parker walking out, going, "I want to be on dance TV." And that's what was happening. So
I love it.
That is awesome. Yeah. So thank you for joining us tonight. I know you're a fan of the Haimster.
I am. Corey Haim, out of the two Coreys, Corey Haim is my favorite. So
same.
Still miss him today. Like it's so hard to I still remember his passing and it just devastated me, broke my heart. So
now, were you able to ever meet him? Because I know you were doing the convention scene, and I know before he had died, he had recently kind of jumped in on it around 2008, 2009. He was starting to hit the convention scene. Did you ever have a chance to go anywhere he was at?
No, never got a chance to meet him, which is really sad because that was somebody, when I would see YouTube videos back in the day when YouTube was smaller than it is now, like, you know, you would come across this cool stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's Corey Haim at like a convention, you know, meeting fans, signing posters, and that is somebody who I wanted to meet for the longest time, and you know, unfortunately, I did not get to meet him. So,
yeah, and Mel hasn't hit the convention scene yet, so she wasn't able to meet him.
No, convention I didn't get to meet him either.
You haven't been to a convention yet, Mel?
No, I haven't.
Ooh,
I know it's kind of sad, isn't it?
It's okay. We just need to get you out to a convention, or
Yeah,
That's a
hopefully
plan.
next
We're
year.
trying to do for 2024 is we're trying to get her and Justin out here because Justin's never been either. So,
what?
yeah, and there's
Oh
a
my goodness!
the East Coast. I know where you live too, Justin. There's a lot near you because you go to a lot of those things like Scarefest, right?
Yeah, just went to Scarefest this past September. That's the one I go to. I try to go to every year. I love that one. Horror Hound Weekend is fun. My very first one, which was ironically 15 years ago when close to when I was starting to make YouTube videos, was Halloween 30 Years of Terror. So that was the first convention I ever did. And it was such a smaller show. And it was like $20 to meet everybody. And now it's like $40, $60, $90 to meet people. And it's so crazy how things have changed. But I tell you what, and talking to Mel about this, when you go to your first convention, the best thing about it though is the people you hang out with. And it is so much fun. And then the environment. Like, I love the environment. I still love it. I still enjoy the atmosphere. I still buy way too much stuff that I don't need to buy and own in my collection, but I do because it's a blast. It is such a
I'm
blast.
excited. I'm excited to go to my first one, and I should be with some pretty rad people. So
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
it could get. The conventions are interesting now because like it's the hardest part is to bring them out now for their first one because I feel like it's so different in one aspect. Like you're right, the people is still great, the atmosphere is still great, the vendors, still some cool stuff you can buy. But I think when it comes to like the meeting of the celebrities, it's changed so much that it's hard to really understand the feeling that we had back in the day where it was like you were meeting so many people at like $20 a head, and then you could leave there with like 5 autographs and spend $100. And, they also took pictures with you for free at that point, at the table. Like there was just so much to do. And now I feel like because it's gotten so popular, not only are you spending a lot of money or you could spend a ton of money, but a lot of the lines are big now. So like you might spend like hours just waiting in line where all of a sudden now half your day is gone. Right. So I can see how in some aspects, if you're not trying to strategize and stuff, that the convention can almost seem stressful than enjoyable,
And it can, and it really can. And I think the only stressful thing for me about some of the recent shows I've been to is how crazy it can get. Like, and I'm talking about lines and lines and lines of people, because you could be walking around looking at vendors and you could be blocked by these huge lines that they have. And it's just like, it's great that they're getting these people. And I love, especially people who have never been to a convention before, they get to meet the people they've always wanted to meet. But it's like, they add a lot of people and the space is not enough. So that's the biggest, like, probably my only flaw. But I'll say this, like, one of my early memories about a convention was meeting my best friend Brian.
How does that work, by the way? How does that work, by the way?
Meeting Brian?
Just the friendship.
The friendship? Oh,
I don't know, because you guys are so like complete opposites. I'm like, what is this like with them in a room? Like, I don't even
you need to see the first photo that we ever took, which was
I saw it was in a hotel room, right?
No, it was actually, I was in line to meet Heather Lingenkamp.
Oh,
and it was my second convention, and this is when I could barely grow facial hair. I was a lot skinnier than I am now. No muscle, like just totally different Justin. You go back and look at that photo, and it's like, wow, what a change. Still the same quirky personality. But meeting him, he came up to me and he was like, Ryan 1988? And I was like, yeah. And there was like this big muscle guy coming up to me, and I'm like, who is this person? And he's like, man, I love your show and I love your videos, and just started like smiling and talking and, wanted to take a picture. And then later on, he tried to meet up with me again to give me a bag of Skittles, because like that was my big thing back in the day, was go eat some Skittles. And he's always, we went to another show and got in touch more and started talking more. And that was 2011. This is 2023 now. And we've been friends for over 10 years. And he's my best friend. We're total opposites as far as like, he's like this heavy metal, like big bearded guy now. And I'm, totally opposite of him. But I'll tell you the one thing about Brian is he's like one of the sweetest people that I've ever met. And we look out for each other. He's just awesome. And, 2019 was a big highlight for me. And I talk about Brian because talk about the convention scene because I never would have thought that I would have married my best friend and his wife.
Yeah, you did his wedding, didn't you?
Yep, I got to marry them.
That's wild.
So, and he, was one of the first people I came out to and was like, I love you who you are, and that'll never change. And, he's 100% behind me in anything. Totally.
Do you still talk to him on a regular?
I try to talk to him at least once a week. And if we don't, we definitely stay in touch. But I texted him today actually and said, happy holidays. Let's talk later. So we're going to talk tomorrow. So,
well, tell him I said hi. I have not talked to him in a while. I don't know where he hasn't been around, or at least on social media, I haven't seen him. Usually he used to comment all the time and he used to come in the chats, or he used to write on my socials, but I haven't even seen him at all. So even pictures, I haven't seen him post. So I don't know.
Well, I don't think he's on social media as much now, but if Brian's watching this, Brian, love you, dude.
What's up,
love
Brian?
you, man. I love you.
Brian.
I love Heather too. Shout out to Heather. So. But yeah, that's how I rambled way too much. But yeah,
that was your convention story. Yeah, that was an important convention story.
Yeah,
right?
But our friendship, me and Brian are total opposites. Like we're just total opposites. Some people are like, "He's your best friend," and I'm like, "Yes."
I mean, I'll tell you right now, that would be a freaking reality show in itself if you guys lived in the same house or something. It'd be wild.
We love dancing. We went to John Carpenter concert together.
Can that be the opening to the show? Is like you guys just dancing together and some kind of quirky theme or something like that?
I love that idea.
Like Who's the Boss theme will be playing in the back.
Yeah, there's some video out there where I'm dancing to In His Eyes from Friday 13th Part 5, and we were drinking that night, and
that is so.
I was just like doing the Violet dance, and it's somewhere on there. And
well, you're gonna have to send him a link to this video once we're done, so he can see that we were talking nice about him.
We need to, because
that's nice.
I always say, Brian, you act like you're this big metalhead, but you're really deep down a teddy bear, and I love you so much.
I'm sure he's gonna want to hear that.
Oh yeah,
don't ever say that live about me again. But
anyway, so
we've got a lot of people in here right now, so hit that like button, y'all. And I will I'll go through some of the chat. I won't be able to go through everybody because we definitely want to get started because it is late and Justin's been working all day and I want to make sure we get him in bed at the proper time. Christmas Eve tomorrow, everybody's got stuff to do.
Get my beauty sleep so I can dance more.
Edward, what's up? Both Corey's, the Lost Boys, probably. Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
God, yeah.
Good. Did you watch that show? The Two Corey show? I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did too.
What's up, dude? Blu-ray Addict. What's going on, Tony? Go check out Tony over at Basement Blues.
Hey, Uncle Tony.
Go check out Uncle Tony. Happy holidays, Tony. Fight the good fight. What's going on? Happy Ratterday night. Yes, Ratterday Night Live. Thank you, Fight the Good Fight. Ken Carlson. The only three Haim teams that I am not a fan of are Dream Little Dream, Firstborn, and Watchers. Wow, we're going to talk about all of those today. We're going to talk about all of them. What's up, Mama Blue?
Hey, Mama.
Hello.
Happy holidays to you. Magic Hands, what's going on? Hall and Oats. Yeah, we're gonna do Justin tonight because the other Justin is beefing with the Coreys, so he didn't want to be on. Yeah. What up, Ace? Tom Ace. Does anyone know what that's from? Ace Ventura. Come on.
Okay. Come on. Been a while since I've seen that. I need to go back.
Yeah, it was definitely a quickie today. I jumped in and did you see that? I did I got home, I was out and I came home for a split second to get something to bring back. And I saw my Vinegar Syndrome box was here. So I was like, oh, shoot. So I jumped on here really quick and did a live stream opening it. Literally was 8 minutes. And then I got off.
Oh, my God. And why?
I opened it and then I was like, sorry, I can't talk to the chat. Gotta go. See, I'll try to be on tonight. And I left. Yeah, 8-minute live. Sick. Awesome. This is Justin Ryan at Ryan 1988 on socials. Go check him out. Nina, you working? Let me know. Rest in peace, Hamster, and happy birthday, Hamster, as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
His
Happy
birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Hey, master of Prestwood DVD
Hello.
Collectior. Let's see. What's up, My Killer
No.
Podcast? What's up? Go follow My Killer Podcast. Check her out. Let's see. All right. Oh, Mega Mike the Movie Man. What's
Hey,
going
Mike.
on? Happy holidays,
Hey,
Mike. Go
Mike.
check out Mega Mike the Movie Man over on the Tube. Check him out. Blue Red, I like the controllers like Haim more, but honestly, I think Felma has more movies I like. Well, yeah, we can go over that too because you're probably 100% right. What's up, Good Real Hunting?
What's up, Brett Man?
He says, go to a convention, Mel.
Yeah. I know.
I am going 100% to see Corey Feldman and Limp Bizkit
Yes.
this summer.
Awesome.
Yeah. 100%. What? That is awesome, Ace.
Yay.
That's what I like to hear, man. Look at you showing the support over here. I love it. Thanks so much. All right. I will get back to the chat. Gorit. Wait a minute. Goritaiga. What's up, man? Happy holidays to you. Let me see here. Smirk. Happy holidays, Radpack. Look at this. It is the Radpack. Garrett, Mel, and Justin. You got it, dude. Thanks, Smirk.
Actually, I need to be like one of those like they have like the talk shows where like the one is like away out of town, be like bring in the other Justin, be like this is his
Or like
replacement.
a soap opera where the guy's gone for the season, so someone else just plays his part. Yeah. And you're like, wait,
And on today's
Yeah.
on today's podcast stream, we have Ryan 1988, the other Justin.
Good evening, Rad Peeps. What's up, John Doe Juggalo? Check him out.
Whoop,
Oh,
whoop.
here we go. Fachi. Just look at these
I was
sexy
laughing
pieces of
at this
meat. Merry
earlier.
Christmas. Eve,
Love it.
Eve peeps. You got it, dude. Go check out Fachi Cinema, 1/4 of the Radsman.
awesome.
We got a stream. We're gonna be on his show over on the 27th. Go check him out and sub over there.
Fachi's awesome.
He's
Awesome,
a good dude.
awesome.
Good dude. All right. So people are coming in. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Make it a blockbuster night. What's up, man?
Yay! Hey, I love your channel. Love your channel.
Look at that. Getting the props. Go check out Make It a Blockbuster Night over on the YouTube. I've only got into 2 cons, Planet Comic Con in KC and Texas Frightmare. Gary Busey cut in front of me. I was in line to meet him here. We just good.
Oh wow!
Gary Busey, I gotta
let's
talk
do
to
that
Tom.
with Gary
We're going to
Busey.
talk about Gary Busey tonight for a little bit too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk.
Oh yeah.
All right. I will get back to the chat. But how we're going to do this tonight, guys, is I was thinking we can just kind of run down his movies from the 80s. There's 8 of them. I know we did a couple TV shows, but I'm pretty sure there's 8. Let me see. 1, 2.
Think
No,
so.
am I wrong? 1, 2.
I think
3,
there's 9.
1, 2, 3,
9.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9.
Maybe Rad
movies from
9.
it. Yeah. So there's the Rad 9. I should have took that.
Oh, that's kind of cool, Brad.
All right, the Rad.
Yeah,
9.
we need to like screenshot this, say it's a Rad 9, send it to Justin and be like, you've been replaced.
This is the Rad 9. It's going to be the Corey Haim movies from the 80s. So everything he did in the 80s, we're going to talk about now. And he had 9 movies in the 80s, and it's funny because I'm looking at this list, and it's a pretty strong list. I feel like
I think so.
for him in the 80s, and we're going to go through each one and just kind of talk about our memories with them, and then after we're done talking about each film, we're just going to each throw you our rankings of what we think of these things. So the first one is one that I've championed quite a bit since starting the channel. I'm sure you guys hear me talk about it all the time, but it's a movie called Firstborn.
Yeah.
Now, not a lot of people have seen this. This came out in 1984. So Firstborn, I brought my Haim movies out. So I got Firstborn here on the
I got it out
blue.
somewhere too. I need to grab that. Jeez.
Oh,
Okay, let me
yeah.
go grab it because I'm gonna be uncool without mine. So.
Well, you don't have to go grab them all. I mean, I got them all right here, man.
Oh, I know. I gotta grab something.
Okay, you can get them. So Firstborn came out in 1984. Again, underrated. This is one that I kind of didn't watch for a long time based on this cover alone. Like based on this cover alone, I just kind of stayed away from it. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I wasn't sure if it was like a religious movie. I wasn't sure what this was when I was growing up. I was like, didn't really do anything for me. But when I saw that it hit Blu-ray and it was something that like I think only had a VHS at the time, I was like, I'll grab it and add it to my Corey Haim collection. And when I watched it, I freaking fell in love with it. Now I have no idea what Mel thinks of this. I don't even think we've really talked about it. Have we? Or did
I
you say
don't
you weren't
know.
as impressed as you thought you would have been? Is that this one, or is that was that Tough Turf or something else? I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna break your
Both?
heart because it was both of them.
Oh wow,
Wow.
wow. See, I recommend
know,
all these
I like
movies,
when
and
you
she doesn't even like them.
Yeah, when you said this came out, I like ran and got it right away. And I was like, man, this movie's not that good. But whatever.
What?
I mean, it's fine.
What? This thing is so damn good. I don't know. What do you think about this one, Justin?
Well, I actually got introduced by your rad recommendation.
Oh, great. Here we go. Now what?
No. No.
We both hate it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I wouldn't say
I'm recommending shit.
I wouldn't say I fully love the movie, but I'll say this: I really do enjoy the film, and I love good like 80s, 90s thrillers like this. Like this is like one of my favorite like subgenres, and I'm always wanting to catch new ones. Some of the biggest selling points of this was one, Corey Haim, two, Peter Weller, Terry Garr. I love her, but I also the main guy in this movie, Christopher. Yeah, I was at Scarefest and I was like, damn, I should have brought this because he was at Scarefest and it would have been awesome. But as far as the movie goes, I really enjoy it. I don't have as much of an attachment to this like some of the other Corey Haim movies we're going to talk about, but I would give this like a solid like 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I think you're right though. As far as like
Parker's in this too, so
it's a all-star cast. I mean, and so is in Robert Downey Jr.'s in that as well. So yeah, I mean it's stacked with people, and it's funny because Uncle Bill over at Dead Pit was at Scarefest, and I'm like, yo, Chris Collette's going to be there. Can you see if he has anything from Firstborn on his table? So he was there, and then all of a sudden he goes, hey, I'm at like this booth that has like mini posters. They're about 11 by 17, and they do have a Firstborn one. And I'm like, dude, get it, and can you go get a sign? He's like, yeah. So he got that Firstborn mini poster signed for me and sent it. So that was huge because I have never met Chris Collette ever. I think he just recently started doing the convention scene. So that might've been one of his first shows, but yeah, I was so happy to get it because I am a huge fan of this movie, and Peter Weller is definitely the big reason why. Like his character in this is just so out of control that it's just like some of his one-liners and stuff. Like I just love it. And I still recommend it, even though, my panel here doesn't totally agree with me. But
I mean, I'll say this, my probably my gripe with this movie, and I've only watched it once, so I need to go back and rewatch it. It's been a few years. Was I didn't find it to be as like thrilling or suspenseful. Like it was fun 80s. I wouldn't say it's camp, but it was just fun 80s flick there. I think I wanted more suspense with it. I don't know what it was, but I still really enjoy it. I'm glad I own it. Anything 80s, I'll pretty much buy and have in the collection. So, Firstborn.
It seems like most people say they like it or they haven't seen it.
It's underrated. I mean, I would say it's obscure. Like, not many people talk about this movie.
What's up, Cobwebs? It's funny. He said I recommended it to him too. What am I, just like the Firstborn guy? Just like
yeah, I feel like you were there for a while.
I've got him in the back of my trunk. I'm like at like different stores. Like, hey, you guys been here at Firstborn? Check it out.
Just like, by the way, you want a copy of Firstborn?
Yeah, I get so many of them. But yeah, that was the first time we saw Corey Haim, and I think he actually had a pretty good performance here. He wasn't one of the mains, like he was kind of a side character, but it was strong. Like he was kind of a sarcastic little kid or whatever, and kept getting into trouble. So I think it was a pretty strong showing for his first movie. And the next one we're going to talk about is one that came out in 85. So he had a small part in this. But talk about another movie with an all-star cast, and that is Secret Admirer, which I didn't see until a couple of years ago, because when I did this exact show 2 years ago with Staunch TV, who's like a huge Corey's fan. We did a show talking about Corey's filmography, and I said, I never seen Secret Admirer. And he's like, what? And I was like, I didn't even know he was in it. And he's like, oh yeah, he's the little brother. He's like, you got to see it. And I bought the Olive Films version. I loved it. So then I ended up grabbing this Kino version that just came out. But yeah, I mean, all-star cast. I mean, you've got Dee Wallace, you've got Kelly Preston, Lori Loughlin, C. Thomas Howell, Fred Ward, Corey Haim. I mean, there's just so many big names in this movie, and I highly recommend checking this out. I think, Mel, what do you think about this one? I recommend checking it out.
So I actually hadn't seen this one until Kino released it, and I believe I heard you talking about it, and maybe Justin Howard, talking about it, and I was like, okay, well, I'll buy it and I'll watch it because it has Corey Haim in it. He's not in this very much, but I absolutely loved this movie. I thought it was so charming. The story was great. I don't know. I absolutely loved it. I would recommend checking this out if you haven't seen it. Corey Haim's not in it a lot, but the characters that are in it are great.
Yeah. Justin, have you seen this one, or is this one that you haven't
seen this one? I haven't seen it. I've heard of it. I need to buy it. I'm all about 80s movies. I'm like, I don't have this, and I've never seen this one. And I love the cast. I mean, the cast is great. And anything Corey I'll watch. But yeah, I need to own this in the collection.
Yeah,
and you both recommend it, so it's like, okay, selling.
It's good, man. It's basically like a crazy love triangle, but it's like there's so many people involved, and there's all these webs tangled and stuff. It's really, really good. It has to do with like a note that people are writing, and it keeps getting passed to the wrong people, and they think it's from someone else, and then so it's just a real cool movie. And I think, again, I didn't see this until like 2 years ago. Around this time, I was told by Staunch to get it, and then I grabbed the olive one, and I saw it right after. And it was one that I really liked, and it's cool to find movies that you hadn't seen all this time, and when you finally watch it, you're like, man, how did I miss this all these years? But it's a good feeling to finally have that. So the fact that you haven't seen it, I think, is cool, because hopefully it's one that you're like, you know what, this is going to be something I'm going to watch on a regular.
I think so.
Hey, Allie.
Hello.
Yes.
I love this love for Secret Admirer. I just need to go buy it right now.
It's all right. Ace hasn't seen it either. I don't know if Vanderhoff's a fan, but it came out when he was a junior. Let's see.
I'll tell you what, though, the storyline with the dad is a little weird.
You don't think that's cool?
Do I think that's cool? I mean, no.
Why?
Because it's weird. But that's like kind of where it starts in the beginning. Like Corey Haim's mom thinks that the note was like from another woman to the dad, right, or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other woman was she's another famous actress.
Yeah, who was that one?
I'm
the
trying
teacher.
to remember her name. Yeah, she was in. It was the woman from. Wasn't the? No, you don't watch. In Curb Your Enthusiasm, she's married to. Is she really married to Ted Danson? Is she really that woman, Mary?
Oh, what
I
is
think that's who it was.
Sternberg, Mayor. She's married to Ted Danson. I know who you're talking about, but I'm like drawing a blank on the name.
I'm pretty sure it was her.
Yeah. Mom from Parenthood. Wasn't she in Parenthood?
The mom from Parent. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think it was her. I could be mixing her up with somebody else.
I love her.
Mary Steenburgen. Awesome. Was she the mother? Was she the mom in this? Does anybody know offhand? Because it doesn't say her name on the back, but I'm almost positive it was. And then Fred. Yeah. Where was it? Fred Ward. Yeah, from Tremors.
Nice.
He was the other dad. No, he was one of.
He was the husband. What? Wait, wasn't he the husband
of her,
of the teacher?
Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. Yes, but yeah, definitely a good movie. I highly recommend Justin going to find it, and it's pretty easy to find now because it just came out from Kino again because it was out of print for a while and it just got a re-release. So it is.
Get it with slipcover, maybe.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, he was.
I'm gonna have to. I think the selling point was the slipcover, Mel. Now I'm gonna go and
Okay, I thought that might be it.
I think that's it. I was like, slipcover, yes.
Dee Wallace was Corey Haim's mother, but the teacher, I think,
Dee's in this movie. What?
Yeah, Dee Wallace was Corey Haim's mother, and then I think Mary Steenburgen was the teacher. I'm pretty sure it was her. Yeah, Kelly Preston is in it. Yeah,
I miss her so much. That was another heartbreak.
So good. and another one in '85 that came out really kind of put Corey a little bit more on the front side of the movie. Where in this one he was like kind of a back character. He was just a little brother, and this was another one in '85. I think it was '85, and it is Silver Bullet, Stephen King. Now I picked this one up just because I thought this was a pretty cool cover.
I don't own it right now because I got rid of my Blu-ray. I'm gonna get the 4K of it. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably end up getting it at some point.
Same.
But I love this movie, and it's got a pretty cool image on the back here.
Yeah, I love that edition. I had that one, and then I had the one that Mel had, and now I'm rebuying it for a third time. But I love the movie so much.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, I can't wait to watch it again, just because it has been a couple of years since I've seen it. And yeah, it's got Gary Busey in this thing. I mean, again, another pretty big cast in this. And I just think it's a really fun werewolf movie that's kind of underrated because people always are talking about. I mean, I won't say it was underrated. I think it's underappreciated maybe because people are always talking about The Howling and London and all that other stuff. So I kind of feel like that one kind of gets pushed underneath, but it's a strong movie, I feel like. Do you guys enjoy that one? Both of you?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I mean,
yeah.
This was one that I watched all the time when I was a kid, and I always thought his wheelchair was so cool.
Oh, it was cool. Oh, we got toasted over here. Daniel says that Leah Taylor Young was the teacher. Oh, my bad.
Shame on you.
They must have the same hair. I think she had the curly hair.
I was.
Yes. Yeah, I would say give it a rewatch because I can see Silver Bullet on first watch maybe being a little underwhelming for people, but I think what I like about it is I'm a huge fan of gateway horror movies. So movies that I watched as a young kid that kind of got me into the horror genre. I still think this kind of could work if you had a kid that was kind of into scary movies. Like I think Silver Bullet could be kind of on that line of it's not the Howling level, but it's, because you got people like Corey Haim in it and he's a young kid.
I'll tell you, you want to know my memory with this movie?
Yeah.
So my first memory with this movie terrified the hell out of me. Like I was 6 years old and I was randomly watching TV and I came across like the first scene in this movie that I remember scaring me was the scene where the girl's in her room and she's thinking about committing suicide and then the werewolf goes and attacks her, and I was terrified of that scene. The way it was lit, the way it was directed scared me so much, and that had an impact on me. And then there was the scene at the end where the werewolf, they shoot him and he slowly turns back into a human, and I just remember being scared with that stuff. Like it freaked me out. But over the years, like I've rewatched this movie many, many times. I love this movie. I know some people think the werewolf looks so cheesy and hokey in this movie. Is it the best werewolf? No, but it's an awesome movie.
I think it's effective, though. I think the practical effects in this movie, along with Everett McGill,
Everett is awesome.
Amazing.
Love him.
And pretty much everything. I loved him in People Under the Stairs. Daddy.
Oh, yes.
Gotcha.
I got him. I love him so much, but he played such a great character because it was like so creepy and horrifying, and especially since he's dealing with kids as young as Corey Haim in this movie, who also has this disability, is like whoa, I thought it was horrifying.
It is horrifying. The scene where he traps him, pretty much corners him in the bridge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably the most intense scene. Like it doesn't even have to deal with the werewolf. There's none of that stuff. It's just him cornering. I can't talk.
Cornering.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mel. I appreciate it. and you know, just coming face to face with Corey's character, and I was like, this kid is like, he's a kid. Like, this is
I
horrifying.
know. It's like he's
Horrifying.
so adorable and squishy, but yet he also has this disability. You're like, no, don't hurt
Don't
him.
hurt him. I know. My favorite thing about this movie though is the characters in this and the development of these characters. You're talking about Everett's character and how like he, you know, at first you sympathize with him in some ways because you do see this like guy who is struggling with this side that not many people know, which is the werewolf. And as soon as Corey's character finds out who he is and he gets more involved, that's when you see Everett's character really become the villain and is super dark in the movie. Like, I don't, does that make sense? Like, do you guys see that, how the character just kind of develops over time?
Because you realize that someone's kind of found him out, and then
yeah. It's scary. Oh, and then the scene, and I don't want to spoil this movie too much if people haven't seen it, but like the scene where he confronts the sheriff in the garage. That is a creepy scene today when I watch it. That's a good scene. Or the sister in this movie when she realizes like that he is the werewolf, like
like how mean was she to Corey at the beginning of this movie though? Like rude.
She was mean.
She was so mean.
So rude.
So rude.
Granted, like in the beginning of the movie, Corey like and his friend scares her to the point where she falls in like a puddle of mud and water. Yes.
I was fine with it. I approve.
But man, I adore this movie. I love this movie. I think it's underappreciated, especially for a werewolf movie. I'm like, if you haven't seen this one, definitely go watch it. Like I said, you know, you could say that the werewolf looks cheesy, but there's so much more to this movie that is just awesome. And underrated Stephen King adaptation, underrated 80s movie, underappreciated 80s movie, and one of Corey Haim's best performances in my opinion. Like you said, this was like that first movie where you really got to see him as the star and really got to see him perform, and awesome.
Let's see what the chat has to say about Silver Bullet. It seems like most people have seen it. Zombie Daddy Films, go check him out. What's going on? Merry Christmas. Happy birthday to the Hamster. That's right. Happy birthday to Corey Haim. Terry O'Quinn is from Lost. Yes.
Terry O'Quinn.
In Silver Bullet.
The Stepfather. Oh, gosh. That's a great movie right there.
I love that movie. Wait a minute. Who am I here?
Who am I?
Love it. It's got some charm to it. Bryce, congrats. Thank you so much, man.
Hey. That's so awesome.
Silver Bullet Main Street is the same. I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
I didn't even know this. Oh,
wow,
my
that's
goodness.
cool, huh? What's up, Antonis? Stan Stanley. Everything needs more headbands. I mean, honestly, like it kind of really does. You know, for real. What's up, movie fan? Tiana, what's going on?
Hey, girl.
Go check out Tiana Loves Movies. Let me see what we got here. He says the werewolf effects aren't the best, but they're totally fine. They don't detract from the movie for me.
I agree.
No, it does have a lot of charm, and I think that's what it is. And it's weird to say this, but for Silver Bullet, it almost feels like not a comfort movie. I guess maybe like it's one that you can kind of put on and just chill out, where I feel like other ones aren't really that way. But definitely.
The music too. I love the music in this. Like it has like sweet music, but then you have haunting music in it. It's great. I love it.
CMC, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you. Just finished watching Home Alone 2. Never really watched it all. Really? Home Alone 2 is classic.
I love Home Alone 2.
Was it our show the other night where we were talking about Home Alone 2 and we said like it's that scene where he gets electrocuted so much he turns into a skeleton? Like how wild is that to think about that? Like they decided like, you know what we're gonna do? Let's make him like turn into like a skeleton. He's that electrocuted that he's gonna
I saw that one in theaters. I think I saw that one in theaters.
I did.
Little vivid memories of Home Alone 2 in theaters.
So funny. Boba Fett, what's going on? Thank you guys for doing this. And honoring Corey, he is looking down.
Hello.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
I try to do a show like this every year on his birthday. So we had stuff going on today. We all did. So it was one of those things that had to be done. So we had to just come on late, get it done. All right, we are on to the next movie, which again is another movie that came out in 85. That's the third one in 1985 with Corey Haim. This is the one that I don't think many people have seen because I have not seen this movie either. And I own this movie, and it's not even opened yet. It's still sealed. And that is Murphy's Romance with Sally
I have seen
Field.
this.
You
I
have
haven't seen it.
I have vivid memories of seeing it, but yes, I have seen the movie. And from what I remember, this was a movie that my mom loved, and so we put it on one day, and I had no idea Corey Haim was in the film until we started watching it. And from what I remember, it's a great movie.
A lot of people do say it's actually a really good movie.
It's a really good movie. Great cast, great acting in it. So small part for Corey Haim from what I remember, but I mean, he still shined in it. Like he was such a great actor.
Yeah, let me know in the chat if anybody is familiar with this one. I mean, I know of it. It's been one that I've had for a long time. It's just I always keep putting it off. Like it's like I bought it specifically because I wanted to complete my Corey Haim collection, and it was one that I just never got to. And it's just because again, I think it just doesn't feel like my style movie, but it's probably good. I just got to find time to sit down and give it a chance.
Whatever has a Blu-ray. I'm eager now to go.
I don't know.
Does it have a Blu-ray?
I'm not
I
sure.
feel like it'd be like something Kino would release, but I could be wrong.
So he said Murphy's Romance would come on a lot in the 80s on Showtime. A lot of great. James Garner is in it, yes. But I have nothing else to say about this one. Mel, anything?
I've never seen it.
All right, but again, Sally Field's in it, which that's always a plus. And then moving on to the next one, which again is a 1986 movie, and this is kind of like the beginning of Corey Haim's career. I think obviously Silver Bullet was important, but this one is Lucas, and he's the main star of this movie. And it's for some reason this Lucas Blu-ray is like a gold,
crazy expensive. I know. I'm like,
I don't understand. I never would have guessed it was because a lot of what it is. I think it's Anchor Bay. A lot of the Anchor Bay DVDs are like worth a lot of money, Blu-rays, because this is an Anchor Bay one. And I don't know. I just remember when I heard it was coming out, I ran to the store, pre-ordered it or something.
Okay.
But
do you want to know a really stupid story about that Blu-ray real quick? Not that Blu-ray.
Yeah, no. Go ahead. Yeah. What's up?
Oh my gosh. So I bought that thing for $10 one time. And I was never like the biggest fan of this movie until like recently, maybe a couple years ago. And I was like, man, I wish I still had that Blu-ray because I, gave it away. And I looked online and I was like, I gave away a Blu-ray that was $10. Close to $200.
I know. And
I learned my mistake since then.
Like, what's the deal with this? And we're going to talk about this again later. Is there issues with some of these Haim movies? Because literally, not much of his stuff is available right now. I
hope it gets re-released. It deserves it.
For real. Yeah. I don't know what the deal is with this one, where the rights are or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, another all-star cast in this movie, for real. Okay. There's a lot of backstory about this movie and his time on this movie, but man, when I first saw this for the first time, I freaking fell in love with this movie. That I usually don't get emotional during movies, at all, usually, but that last scene with them clapping with him, with the jacket and stuff, that got to me big time. Okay. And I mean, you look at it here, and in the front of the movie, it says 5 stars. Roger Ebert gave it 5 stars, which is a pretty big deal, especially for someone like Corey Haim to kind of be front and center of this movie. I don't know. What do you guys think of this one? If you guys have seen it, Mel?
I have seen it. It's not one that I watched a lot when I was younger, though. I watched it maybe one time. I didn't really care for it, and then I heard all the backstory, and now I don't ever want to watch it. So I don't really have that much to say about it.
You can't try to not think about it and watch it.
No.
This is not.
I mean, I saw it before I heard that, and it was fine. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite Corey Haim movie by any means.
Blu-ray Addict says Lucas is amazing. Blu-ray Addict also says even the DVD is worth money. So
yeah.
It is kind of rad up all night right now.
It is.
I can see Shout Select. I could too. I don't know what the problem is with this because this. I'm trying to think when this came out. This was released in 2013. I mean, that was 10 years ago. That
Who
this
released it? Do you know?
Anchor Bay.
Anchor Bay.
Yeah.
I wonder, because of everything that happened behind the scenes, like if the movie will get another release.
That I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that could be something that's
why
pulling it back. Yeah, Lucas, for me, this is not one I go to a lot, but I do love the cast, like our main four here, like on this really cheesy DVD cover, like Photoshop crazy.
That's worth money now.
It's worth money now. Photoshop crazy. But Corey Haim, obviously we love him. Winona Ryder, I adore her. I
love her, yeah.
I like Carrie Green a lot.
Carrie Green is underrated. Such
She's
an underrated
underrated,
actress.
yeah.
I wish she would have done more. Goonies and Lucas, and I'm probably missing some other stuff that she was a part of. But yeah,
that's why I think Ken Carlson says Lucas is with Disney now.
Oh,
so that's probably why we don't have
that
it.
might. We'll see. I mean,
Disney.
Oh, but also too, Peter's in the chat. What's up, man? He said, I heard a podcast with Corey's mother stating she's blocking the rights to distribute his films on physical media. That could be the problem then.
But why? Why would she do that?
I don't know. That's crazy. Because I mean, again, she could make it so she gets some paychecks out of these too. I mean, it's crazy. I have no idea. I just saw who did I just see in the chat? I wanted to say hi to. Hey, Wilkie. Go see Corey. Go check out Wilkie's movies and music. Thanks for popping in, man.
By the way, do y'all love this like throwback?
Like that, huh?
Yeah, very old school right there.
What's up, Joel? He said grew up watching him at the theater in California. So many memories. Hell yeah!
Oh.
Thanks. Hey man, happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays.
Oh God, yeah, we definitely do need some Encino Man and Son-in-Law on Blu-ray for sure.
Yes, I want that one on both of them on Blu-ray. That would be amazing. But Encino Man, we met Sean Ashton at when Lord of the Rings was coming out. Sorry, I sidetrack. I apologize. But me and my dad met Sean Ashton in 2003 when he came to Fort Knox, and he was signing his books, or he had a book coming out. And one of the first things my dad says to him is, "No more squeezing the juice." He's like, "Yes."
You see that? Mel got us some ices for Christmas. So speaking of squeezing the juice, yeah. But 1986, Lucas seems pretty. Besides Mel, everybody else seems to really like it. In the chat.
Why am I always the odd man?
5 stars, you know. But 1987.
No, I don't love it. So I'm kind of like right there.
You're kind of in the middle.
I'm in the middle.
And we got the bad boy, the classic. Everybody knows the Lost Boys. 1987. Look, we all got 3 different editions over here. Nice.
Whoa.
By the way, this is the Blu-ray artwork. I'm just not a fan of the new 4K.
That's cool though. It looks nice with the black at the top. I was just too lazy to pull my my set apart. Yeah, speaking of that, what is that going on with your set, kid? Is it just like give them money and just say goodbye? Like, what the hell
I just funded their business and then
holy mackerel.
What is yours? Is yours a steelbook, Mel? Like, what is yours? Like,
yeah, mine's a steelbook. It's like the Blu-ray steelbook.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It's kind of cool, right?
Exclusive, I think, because I have it.
Awesome.
I think it was a Best Buy exclusive. I'm pretty sure.
I don't really know. Someone just was like, "Hey, I know you like The Lost Boys, and I have the steelbook. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yes,
yes."
Thank you. I love it.
I was gonna say mine might be sealed still, so so I'm pretty sure there is a Best Buy exclusive sticker on it. So yeah, it was one, which is good to have because Best Buy is not doing physicals anymore. So
very sad.
It's gonna be history books.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about The Lost Boys. It's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Same.
Mine too.
You know,
obviously.
If anybody hasn't seen this movie out there, I would highly recommend going to snag it quickly. I don't know if you saw, Mel, my poster video I did the other day.
No, I didn't.
I
you're gonna
watched it before before we
you
got
watched
on.
it.
Yeah. It was like, I love the poster. I cried a little bit on the inside when you showed the back of it, and I was like,
Yeah. Well, so I bought a poster
What
lot.
happened?
It was a one sheet original poster lot, and I won it on eBay for like $79, and it had like 12 posters in there from the 80s, like originals.
amazing.
And they showed a couple of them on the thing and whatnot. And I mean, they actually, I will say this, they are all in really good condition. But the one main reason I went after the lot is because there was original Lost Boys in there, and I didn't have an original. I only had my reprint that has got all my autographs on it. So I got it, and
Oh.
it actually is mint condition in the sense of like there's no tears, holds, bends, creases. But then when I turned it around, there's like little stains on the back, and I don't know if it's like
Oh.
it's just like it doesn't seep through or anything like that, but it almost looks like I don't know if it looks like I wouldn't say mold because it's almost like yellowy orange like specks.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, but I mean, it was kind of a bummer because I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But I mean, if it's in a frame, no one would ever know. It's mint.
Yeah.
And I mean, I got the thing for the whole lot for $80. So I mean, that was kind of a steal in itself. It had like you'd have to look at it. I got the fly came in there. It was
Yeah, I was gonna
bunch of
say I'm
stuff.
gonna have to watch your video because I want to know what else you got.
Yeah, it's I got some good shit in there.
I was belting out Labyrinth music when I saw your Labyrinth poster. I was like,
Yeah.
The Labyrinth.
Oh yeah. And then I was talking about some of my I had a couple eBay. I think I told you some of the eBay stuff lately that I lost, and I was like really heartbroken. Like there was an original Lost Boys jean jacket from 1987 from like Warner Brothers.
oh my gosh.
And some guy outbid me at $100, and I'm like, why didn't I just bid like really high at like the last second? And then I was like, damn it. So he ended up scoring that for $100, which was like an absolute steal. And then I was battling back and forth with a guy for Prayer of the Roller Boys crew jacket, and I think he ended up winning it for like 85. And it was like I hit $100, and as soon as I hit it, it was like circling, and then it just said, "You lost this bid." I was like, no. I was like, so bad.
That would have been something cool to have.
It would have been really cool. So different, right?
Yeah. You don't see any Prayer of the Roller Boys stuff.
No.
What is this one again?
Prayer of the Roller Boys.
Prayer of
It's
the
actually
Roller Boys?
Corey Haim movie from the 90s. That's probably worth it.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll have to check this out.
There it is.
I'll have to check it out.
Why do I just have this randomly here?
I like that though. No, I'll have to check it out.
Oh man, this is a cool one, Dylan. Sorry guys if I missed your thing. When are they going to re-release Lost Boys NECA figures?
Oh my gosh,
dude, I have the David and Michael one all packaged. Like they're like grail items for me. My friend has them both signed by Kiefer and Jason Patrick. They're pretty freaking sick. They're definitely grail pieces if you're a Lost Boys fan. I don't know why we don't have enough Lost Boys related merch. I really don't. We've got the pops, and I think we had one reaction figure maybe or something. But yeah, there's definitely not enough Lost Boys stuff. But those NECA figures are amazing.
Tell you what, one of my we were talking conventions earlier. Like one of my big like people on my bucket list that I want to meet is Jason Patrick. So I'd be
He's
like
on the scene.
I mean, I'd tell him, look, I know you don't really like Solar Babies very much, but
Yeah.
I love Solar
I
Babies.
love Solar Babies.
I love Solar Babies. I have the on Blu-ray that goes for like a ridiculous amount of money.
I know.
Right?
That's
Why
another
do
one,
people
too.
not like that movie? I
Well,
love
Jason-
it so
I
much.
think he was at a convention once and like he was doing a panel and some guy was the guy who was hosting it was like, and I know you don't want to mention Solar Babies, but I love that. And I don't think Jason Patrick is a big fan of Solar Babies. But I'd be like,
What
you're
does he
going to sign
know?
my Lost Boys. You're going to sign my Solar Babies. You're going to sign my Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Oh, good
All of
Lord.
He's going to be like, Speed 2. Be like, yes. Not only is he good eye candy, but I really love Jason Patrick. So
He's cool. I like Jason.
I want to go
For
up to him and be
real.
like, Jason, I still believe in Solar Babies.
I was getting a little frustrated with Jason Patrick for a couple of years because he was having these issues where like he'd put into a convention like, oh, Jason Patrick's gonna be here, first ever convention, and I was like, what? And I remember like getting a flight to like Indiana to go to Horror Hound for his first ever convention to meet Jason Patrick. Now, I never fly to go to conventions. That's like very rare. And then, I had my tickets, and then all of a sudden it was like Jason Patrick canceled. I'm like, you son of a bitch. So I ended up going anyways. And then it was like, then all of a sudden, maybe the year later, it was like, oh, he's going to be at Chicago for this convention. So I got plane tickets to go meet him. Canceled again. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
And then he ended up going to Monster Mania, canceled a third time. And like, so my friends and I have a joke about every time I'm about to go to a convention that he's going to be at, he'll just cancel because he knows I'm coming or whatever. But I did end up catching him twice. So he was at a Monster Mania. He finally came, and then he came back to Rhode Island Comic Con. So I was able to meet him twice. But yeah, it was just like a running joke that I was traveling all over the U.S. to try to meet Jason Patrick, and he kept canceling.
I have a. After we're done with the stream, I'll tell you why he canceled, because I found out.
If it's maybe the reason I know, we'll talk about it. But I kind of have an idea too.
You don't know. Well, we'll tell you. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Somebody asked me, what did I just say? Somebody said, 5-star movie. It's amazing.
Of course. Cry, little sister.
Look at this, dude. We get singing and dancing from this.
Love it.
You get the DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. Hell yeah. And the soundtrack. Sick.
Oh my gosh.
Peter, what's up? It says, I think the Dream Machine is underrated film. It's very underrated. It does not. It has a VHS release. That's it. Maybe in a Laserdisc, but I don't know much about Laserdiscs. Look at
I've seen that cover. I love this movie.
It's a good movie, yeah. I have it on bootleg DVD, so I have a DVD of it, but it's from a company called VHSPS where they just rip the VHS on the DVDs and make covers for it and stuff. Yeah,
they do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
The price is good.
Mm-hmm. Maybe will. The goo on the back of the Lost Boy poster may be residue from a rotted rubber band. It could be actually.
That does
could be because it's like a similar color.
Yes, so I think that's what that might be. I was thinking like when you were showing it off, I was like, I think that could be what it is. And I don't want to say like go and try to like rip it off.
I know, like that's what I'm nervous about. I'm like, I got to do research and find out like, can these be restored? Or I would just hate to be rubbing at it or picking at it and like a hole go through it or something. Like that's why, because it's old paper. So I'm just afraid that I'm gonna make it worse. And it's just like it's on the back. And I mean, I guess unless I'm gonna try to resell the thing someday, I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't know what to do with it. But there are people out there that said you can restore these posters, but I don't know how to do that.
I remember you showing that off though, and it was like I could just like feel the red on that front of that poster just like screaming at me, and I was like, this is amazing. I cried on the inside a little bit because I was like, I really love this poster.
Yeah, it was why I was checking out the lot. And then when I saw what else was in there and how much it was going for, I'm like, I'm going to put in a bid on this. And then nobody outbid me. Like I think my high bid was 80 and then it just ended up going there. I don't remember what happened, but I mean, I won it for 79. So, but yeah, it was a steal for 12 posters. I mean, the Lost Boys one itself is, I've seen it like, and they're all rolled too. So they're not folded. So rolled is usually even more expensive. So a rolled Lost Boys is easily probably like, it's above 150, I would think. But yeah, I'll have to watch the video to check out the dilemma. But
yeah,
we're going to move into a big one. 1988. This was really Corey's like big role here because Lost Boys, I consider Lost Boys a Corey Haim movie, even though Corey Feldman takes a lot of the credit for it now. I think in reality, Corey Haim was the star outside of Jason Patrick. I think those two were really the stars of the movie. But this one was one where there was no doubt that he was like the main lead, and that is License to Drive.
Me and my DVD.
Oh, dude, this is an expensive one too, Justin. Don't get rid of it.
I know. I showed this off to somebody. It was a friend of mine. He was like, "You have this?" I'm like, "Yes, I do."
It's crazy that these are like gold.
I'll trade you for that.
Anchor Bay again. It's in Anchor Bay. So
maybe one day we'll get this again. Maybe, but
I don't see why we wouldn't. I mean, but again, if his mother is stopping rights to movies, I don't know what she has access to, but obviously not Lost Boys because that keeps coming out. But yeah, License to Drive is another one that Anchor Bay had. And man, License to Drive is such a good movie. It really, really is.
It's fun.
Do you like this one, Mel?
Yeah, I love this one. It's super fun.
How about you, J-Dog?
Oh my gosh, I want to scream and shout with this movie. I really, 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 really love this movie. One of my biggest things was to get an original one sheet of this, and Brian, we talked about earlier, for Christmas one year, sent me an original.
Oh, you got one too?
Mint condition.
Somebody give me one.
Vivid colors. It's down in my gym, so every time I work out, I just.
Oh, you know what? I did see it in your video. When
yes.
You posted. Okay, yeah, I did see it.
I mean, I love this movie a lot.
Aww.
I was gonna message Brian. Can I have a Lost Boys License to Drive poster, Brian?
Can I have a License to Drive poster?
Sure, why not? I'll send you one.
He gave me one time. He gave me an original Halloween 2 one sheet, and I was like, he was like, you can have it, and I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, take it. I'm like,
That's
okay,
sick.
I'll take it. I think it was like a
twist my arm.
I was like, twist my arm, Brian. Love you, Brian.
No, it's such a good movie, and I'm sure that's going to be high on everybody's ranking lists. I'm sure.
I'll tell you this. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No.
I say this like I love Corey Haim and a lot of what he's done. Like these movies that we've talked about, the movies we're going to talk about next. But I think this is like, for me, the performance that really just shines with him. This was that, you had the 2 Coreys in this movie, but we talked about it with Lost Boys. After Jason Patrick, I think Corey Haim was the second biggest lead in that movie. This was his movie, like by far. Like out of the 2 Coreys, this was his movie. And I love Heather Graham. She's amazing in this. I love their chemistry in the film. I gush over this movie. I love License to Drive.
Yeah, I even think Corey Feldman plays a good best friend character.
He does.
And somebody in the chat, who just said this? WCW fan forever. What's up, man? He says that the problem with the DVD and Blu-ray is there's a line cut. Now, I did not know that.
Really?
I don't know what it could be. Is it just a dialogue line that's cut? One
Like
line,
cut
or
in the Blu-ray or in the DVD?
I think he's saying both.
Both.
I wonder what line that is.
Yeah.
So if let us know. Is it in the special? Is it in like the deleted scenes or anything like that? I'm trying to see if this even has it. Just has a making a License to Drive and then a trailer.
And a trailer. Yes. What's yours have, Mel?
This one has a Corey Haim interview, a Corey Feldman interview, audio commentary, deleted scenes, trailers.
Oh,
that is awesome.
This one doesn't have any deleted scenes. At least it doesn't say it on the back. I mean, unless it's buried in there.
I love this movie so much.
They're saying song "New Sensation" by INXS is cut from the DVD and Blu-ray.
What's that song in the movie? Get into my car, beep beep. Whatever that song is, like yeah. So I love that one.
Great movie, great song,
great movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was his big lead role, and I think he freaking knocked it out of the park. Personally, I really, really do. So after that, he was kind of given another main role for a movie that came out in 1988, I think, and that was The Watchers.
Ah, good one.
What you got, kid? Oh,
I got the
VHS.
I have my.
Except for it had a sticker on it at one point, so it has this like.
So it's a gook like my Lost Boys poster guns.
Yeah.
I have a burned DVD in the other room. I don't have it with me in my hand, but
this is one that needs an upgrade bad because
100%.
the DVD doesn't look that great. It doesn't look good at all. It looks like it's just ripped off the VHS.
And you can't get that DVD anywhere either.
This is a tough one to find.
I looked. But I watched this the other day on my new TV and it still works.
Oh, he does
so
sound cool.
I could still watch it.
I have a again burned DVD of it. I have I don't know where I got this thing. I can't remember, but it looks exactly like the actual DVD release with the menu and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
Watchers is
Blu-ray
pretty
release.
cool.
Somebody release it.
I could see this one being kind of give or take for most people. I think.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I've heard.
kind of like a horror movie. And then someone said Lala's in this, which is Corey's ex. Yeah. But it's again, it's another one that they gave Corey the reins and just said, hey, you're going to be the main star here. And I actually recently just bought a Watchers one sheet from, I think it was like Germany or something. It was like a German one sheet.
Wow.
And it's on its way. It hasn't come in yet, but it's just got like the sickest image on it. I'll have to send it to you, Mel, when we're done, like what it looks like. It says
Send me the
Watchers,
poster instead.
and then it's got him on it with the dog, and it's almost like an animated like look.
Oh, wow.
It looks really, really cool.
Wow.
So I scored that recently. What? Oh, Amazon, it's $63 for this DVD. Wow. Okay.
I'll wait for a Blu-ray.
I heard, there was rumors that Vinegar Syndrome had got the rights for it, and I was all excited, but then that kind of got debunked the other night on Dead Pit Show with Michael Slipcase Felcher. Somebody asked that. Somebody said, hey, I heard Watchers is going to be coming from Vinegar Syndrome, and he goes, oh, I talked to those guys about it because I heard too, and they said no. So I mean, if he's telling the truth, I don't know, but it seemed like he kind of debunked that, which is unfortunate because I think that they would have had a real cool addition probably.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I can only hope that maybe he was just messing around. I don't know, but because sometimes he won't tell us anyways. But I hope someone gets this because it just needs a nice upgrade. And I think with an upgrade, I think more people are going to find a love for it because, like I said, even the DVD, when I watched it, the quality was very poor. And sometimes if people go back to watch it, they might be like, looks like it doesn't look that good. So I'm not going to really pay attention. But you said you kind of like this one, Mel, too?
I love this one.
Oh, wow.
I watched this one a lot when I was younger. This specific VHS is my old VHS. I used to watch this movie all the time. This was one of my favorite Haim movies, because it's different than the rest of his movies. It's it is a horror movie and it's outside the box compared to all of his other ones. So I don't know. I really loved that, and I loved his character in it, and I loved his hair.
Oh, his hair was sick in this.
This is when he went red.
Yeah, it's really red.
I love it.
Well, we have some word on the cut line from
what is it? Let's see.
So WCW fan forever. So remember when he's speeding and he brakes really fast because the girl's crossing and saying she got a license after he finished the test, and she says, "Slow down, watch where you're going."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He says on the VHS she calls him an asshole, which is cut from the DVD and Blu-ray.
Okay.
Did not know that.
I didn't either.
Interesting.
Wonder if I can find that clip. It's a Bookhouse Boy.
Oh, Bookhouse Boy. Eric? Is this Eric?
I don't know. Bookhouse Boy. I've never seen him in my chat, so he could be.
I could be wrong. This might be Eric. I don't know. Well,
welcome to the show.
If you're not Eric, still welcome. But Bookhouse Boy, the name sounds very familiar.
He's a book house. No,
Did it go off the rails? Is that what happened?
Did that not land?
It happened so suddenly. I didn't see it coming.
Welcome to the show, dude.
Eric, what up? That's Eric.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I agree. I think that if it would be nice for them to have it to sit side by side for once. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's me, Justin.
He introduced me to Twin Peaks.
Is that what he sounds
like? Oh, sweet. He does sound like that.
Yeah.
So, Bookhouse Boy, if you're not, you can subscribe to this channel and go over to My Killer Podcast. Subscribe to her. That's Mel over there. And everybody else who's in this chat that is not subscribed to Mel at My Killer Podcast or
My Killer Pasta.
My Killer Pasta. Or Justin at Ryan1988. Go down there and sub to him. Ryan1988, go sub to him. The guy's been around the game for a long time. So I was watching him when I was little, and he was even littler.
I had crazy hairstyles back then. Well, not crazy, but long curly hair, blonde.
I remember.
wearing hoodies all the time, no facial hair, like totally different.
But you
That
were
was
like in high school, weren't you, when you started?
I had just graduated high school, so I was getting into the YouTube game. Like back when you can rate, like instead of thumbs ups, you had like the, rate the movies by like, or rate the videos by like stars. So like 5 stars was the biggest thing, and then like the 1 star was the lowest thing. And
Oh wow.
yeah,
Like, why did I
and
only get 2 stars? What did I do wrong?
why did I get too well? And then if you go back and watch some of my old videos, they were like out of sync because I had a really crappy laptop back then, but I still wanted to make videos. And so you hear me start talking, my mouth is moving, and then you hear, "Hey guys, what's up?"
Like a bad dub or something like that. Like,
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I love it.
But hey, 15 years on YouTube. I'm blessed.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
that's awesome, man.
I like to get out my like, old person voice and be like, back in the day,
Oh, I have it. When I get a chance, I'll send it to you. Oh, you're gonna send me the VHS? Cool, man. Thanks. Appreciate that. I'll send you my info on Instagram. Skyla, what's up? Welcome to the show. Great show, everyone. I go every year just to my friends on Corey's birthday to leave a pin on his stone. Oh, you go to the gravestone? Oh, I would love to go to that. I've seen videos on that, and it looks really cool. Like it's got a bench and all that other stuff there. It's looks like a really, really cool. People put a lot of stuff on there. What up, Joe Reese? Zombie Daddy Films. Actually, it's Zombie Daddy. You did a video on going to Haim's grave, right? Pretty sure he did. Pretty sure he did.
Thank you.
I want to go. Can we have a Radpack thing?
I would love it. It's got to be in Canada, though, right?
Yeah, probably.
Bookhouse is already subbed to everyone. Thank you so much. And he says, those were the good old days of YouTube.
Time runs wild, Eric. Time runs wild. Get it? Quote coming up. So, but
all right, we are in the last movie of the 80s from Corey Haim.
I would say Watchers for me.
Oh,
I don't know. I was gonna say with Watchers. That's the movie that like I don't. Like,
sorry, man.
No, you're fine.
I forgot we hadn't. I forgot you didn't have a chance to talk about the Watchers. Go ahead.
We were talking. We're having fun. I love this stuff. Watchers for me is a film that I've only seen a couple times, and it's just because I need a better picture quality. Because for me, I don't love it right now, but I'm sure over time, if we get something better, I'll be like, this movie's awesome. Because there were definitely some really good moments in it, and I remember some good suspense, and like you were saying, this is like just like a downright scary movie, and something different for Corey in some ways, and he did a great job in this movie.
Yeah, he's definitely the star of the show. It's basically him and a dog, through the whole movie. His mom kind of comes in and out here and there, and then like a girlfriend or something. I don't know, but
Jason Presley, he's in this movie. Jason Presley from
90210.
Yeah, I think he's in this. I think he's his friend in this movie.
I don't remember.
I know
but...
Michael Ironside is in it.
Yeah, Jason Presley's in this. I think he has a very small role, but
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Simon, let me see what he says. Do you remember where you were when you heard that Corey Haim passed away? I do, actually.
I do.
I was in my car backing out of my driveway to go to work, and my friend Mike texted me and said, dude, Corey Haim passed. It's on the radio. And that was like when I first heard about it. And I was so confused. I think this was like, it was literally a year after I met him for the first time, I think. Like exactly. Like I met him March of 2009, and then I met him again October 2009. And he died, I think, March 2010. So yeah, it was wild. And it was still kind of very confusing, like, what had happened and stuff like that. But do you guys remember when you heard it?
Yeah.
Where were you, Justin?
I was at home, and I was browsing through like the computer, my small little notebook laptop that I had. And I just saw something pop up that said Corey Haim had passed, and I was just so devastated. I didn't want it to be true. I think at the time, like, Brittany Murphy had passed away like a month prior, and I was still devastated with that because I love Brittany Murphy. And so to see the passing of Corey Haim right after that was just it brought tears to my eyes. Like
Mhm.
I still miss him a lot. So
How about you, Mel? Do you remember?
I think I was in my car also because I was like on my way to work or on my way from work or something like that. I get a lot of bad news when I'm in my car. I'm in my car a lot. So I heard when Corey Haim died. I heard when Michael Jackson died. I heard when David Bowie died, all while I was in my car.
oh my
Now, do you
gosh,
hear it
David
because
Bowie,
people
yes,
message you about it, or are you listening to something where maybe it comes on the radio, or are you
Yeah, it's
scrolling
probably like
through
on the
it?
radio.
Mm, yeah, it's wild. I think I was in the car when Michael Jackson passed too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy that we're that age where like all the things that we knew when we were younger are gone
Yeah.
or leaving, and it's just then it makes you feel like, well, you know
Mhm.
what's going on? Like, I mean, I'm lucky enough, and I still have my parents, which even a lot of people my age don't. So I mean, I am lucky enough for that. But I mean, again, yeah, just seeing all these things around you, people, places, all this stuff just kind of passing. It's just kind of a weird time and a weird age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like especially in Hollywood and stuff, it seems like it's like it hits hard like every year. Like there was a lot this
Mhm.
year.
Oh yeah.
It's only downhill from here too.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. That's why we got to keep ourselves together.
I really need to like get upbeat again. I really want to do like a Sharon impersonation, but I'm like not gonna do that. Like,
We're like bringing it down over here with talking
like-
about our.
come on, everybody, let's
Yeah.
not get all sad over here.
We don't want to say this. Joe Reese said Priestley was in Watchers. He gets killed riding a bike from the creature. Simon says Priestley had a great
I do
mullet in
remember.
this movie. Skylar says Corey was loved by so many. His gravesite was very busy today. He went, wow.
I
And
miss
this is
him.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is
we're
a real good quote too. Film is forever grateful we have film. It's true. I think it really is true.
Well, that's
Oh,
part of the
yeah.
reason why I wish his mom wasn't
Right.
blocking the rights to some of his movies because he does have fans that were out there and love him and want to encapsulate him in these movies and have them forever. Like I'll never get rid of this VHS ever.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the bad things that happened to him in Hollywood on these movie sets, but he still has fans. That
Mm.
that
Yeah.
speaks volumes, I think.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even like you said, the VHS stuff. I don't know what I have on him for VHS. Firstborn, Lost Boys, but like I don't have a lot of those '90s ones on VHS. I have them on VHS, PS, DVDs, but I mean, I would love to get my hands on those. And because that's the only format they're in, it's hard to come by some of those. Like
Mhm.
to get Dream Machine and Fast Getaways and stuff. I mean, you're looking at $50 to $60 tapes at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's tough to kind of to spend that on a VHS tape or whatever. But they are so cool to have, and I would love to have that because those are the last official editions for some of these movies. And now I don't know if I have license to drive on VHS. I'd have to look, but like now that I know that there's like a more complete version, then I'd be like, oh, well, I kind of want to get that now.
I even
Just
want
to
to look
have
for
it,
it.
you know?
Now I'm like,
Mhm.
I want to
Um,
see it. I'm like, where is this one?
So that's why, that's why physical media is so important. And it is unfortunate that she's not letting those rights go, especially for a lot of those movies that are still stuck on VHS, because I'm sure a lot of these companies are like itching to get stuff like that out there because they're searching around trying to get a bunch of these movies out. I think a Fast Getaway box set from Vinegar Syndrome would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But
It'd be awesome.
the next one that we're going to talk about is the last one we're going to talk, and then we're going to do our rankings. And this was, he kind of played the side character this time. It's almost like they flipped it. So License to Drive was Haim's movie with the side character. It was Corey Feldman. This one was Corey Feldman's big movie and the side character of Haim. But what another all-star cast that this movie have. And this is Dream a Little Dream. Woo! Look at that, huh? Signed
I
by
have that
Salinger.
DVD too.
Yeah, I met her.
Great.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Dream a little dream.
Yeah, I was happy that Vestron put this out.
Mhm.
That time I was waiting for this. I was like, where is this on Blu-ray?
Yeah, and I do love the original artwork, but I do love this commissioned art that we got here. I think this
Me
is
too.
really cool looking
Mhm.
slip. So I mean, you got all-star cast.
Mhm.
Corey Feldman's lead. Corey Haim plays his friend Dinger.
Yeah.
I love that.
Now, does anybody know? I don't know. I should know. Was Corey Haim really injured for this role, or was that his character?
He was injured. Yeah. I think it was a week prior to filming that something happened where he broke his leg. And so, yeah, that was like a real injury in the movie.
I think I heard that too.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, and it's got Piper Laurie in this. Rest in peace. I miss her too.
Now, you know what I love in this movie like the most is like that beginning scene where they're getting dressed. I like love that scene where they're putting all the accessories on, ripping the jeans and putting all the mousse in the hair. Like, love that. When I was a kid, I would watch that scene like over and over again, and I'd take my hair and I'd try to like mess with it and stuff. But I thought that was such a cool scene. But I like this movie, and this is another one where I feel like it goes either way with people. I thought for sure this would be more along the lines of like License to Drive, in the sense of that most people like it, because there's not many people that I think really hate on License to Drive much at all. But I feel like this one people do not seem to all like, which I can kind of get in some aspects. And I also think too, is that someone was talking about it earlier, and let me get what you guys have to say. Corey Feldman, in my opinion, when you look at his filmography, I think his movies that he was in were better movies, but I think that Corey Haim is a better lead than Corey Feldman is. Corey Feldman was always a side character in these movies, but he was in great movies. Like, I'm looking around my room right now and I see The Lost Boys, I see Goonies, I see Ninja Turtles, I see
Stand By Me.
We got Friday the 13th, Part 4, like Gremlins. Yeah, so I mean, like The Burbs, he was in all of these banger movies.
I love The Burbs.
But he wasn't the lead. So when his first time being the lead was something like Dream a Little Dream, I think maybe that could have been why it didn't catch for a lot of people. Or maybe it was the story. Maybe it was the story with the old people. They just didn't really like it. But yeah, that's kind of my thing with the Coreys, is I feel like Corey Haim was a lead man that deserved better roles that I guess he didn't get, because when he was put in that spot, at least in the 80s, he kind of shined pretty good. In the 90s, you know, they were going through their stuff, and that's kind of why I think they weren't given the opportunities anymore. But would you guys agree with me on that, or do you guys feel a little bit different?
No, I agree. My only flaw, honestly, with this movie is because I do love the film. I guess, like, yeah, the big flaw for me is the fact that as much as I do really enjoy Corey Feldman in movies, I don't think he can pull off a lead as well as Corey Haim. And like, his performance isn't as strong as, like, if you're comparing this to like License to Drive, both these like teen 80s drama comedies that came out, like Corey Feldman is a great like friend in a movie or side character, but as a lead, I don't know. He's not awful in this, but like, he's just not, for me. I would have preferred Corey Haim be the lead, because even for me, like, Corey Haim is one of the best things about this movie. Like, his character is a lot of fun and quotable. Like, my younger sister, she doesn't get a lot of the movies I love, but she loves Dream a Little Dream. Holy blazons. But she loves this movie, and she loves Corey Haim's character in this movie. So, but yeah, that's what I think Corey Haim was a better lead, where Corey Feldman was a better side character.
What you think, Melsky?
Yeah, I agree 100%. Corey Feldman had way better movies, but Corey Haim was definitely a better lead. I think Corey Haim stole the show in this movie for me, because I absolutely love his character. He's goofy and interesting, and he always has a smile on his face no matter what is like weird thing is happening to him. So he stole the movie for me. He's so charming in this movie, but I do like Feldman's character as well, and I loved the fashion in this movie. I too wanted to dress like them, which is weird that Garrett and I were both.
We should do a video.
We should show side by side pictures of each other when we were younger, dressed like.
No, and I think what we should do now, we should just kind of like almost try to mimic that beginning where it shows you a knee and you like rip the hole in the pants and then you see like,
Oh
the
my god.
hair.
I
and
tried
shit.
to do that in our call-in video or our call-in commercial or whatever. I had
Oh,
like the
yeah.
bandana around my jeans with the ripped
Yeah.
hole knee.
I love
Dude,
it.
I would say I have moose in like the bathroom. And I was like, man, I should have done that. I should have been like all like Corey Haim here in this movie.
Moose it up, yeah.
But I think the problem with this movie now is like, because when Vestron announced that they were going to do this, I was super excited and I was like, man, people are going to love this because I loved this. But I think the problem is the story. People who didn't grow up with this movie don't understand the story between the old people and the kids. Like,
Right.
and watching it now, there are parts that are kind of like, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But because I have the nostalgia for it, I don't care as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it came out, I do remember hearing people say that the story didn't make sense and it wasn't for them or something.
Did they ever figure out this back of this Blu-ray?
Yeah, that picture is from something else. I forget what they said, what movie it was from.
This image right there.
Yeah.
Right there. I have no idea where that
is. It is from a different movie, and I forget what movie they said it was from. It was just like an oopsie.
It wasn't like we'll send you a new one. It was just like, well, we'll just leave it there for
Yeah,
old
it was
time's
like,
sake.
oh well.
You know what I wanted more of this?
People throw those slips away anyway.
Heart, don't throw these slips away. Okay.
Well, it's on this.
These things so much.
Is it?
I get it. It's the same image, but these are gorgeous.
Yeah,
I should just do a whole video and be like, hey, be nice to the slipcovers.
No slip nugget.
Yeah, my only issue with this Blu-ray is I wish there was more interviews, which I don't know, like Meredith. Oh, yeah, Meredith. I would love to have seen her come back, but yeah, no interviews from Meredith.
They brought Robin Lively in part 2.
Yeah, Robin Lively. I love top that. Stop that.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I randomly found this at like a disc replay.
That's a great cover,
funny
though.
Is that? Yeah, I didn't know this was like an alternate cover until you said
the
that.
one I have sucks.
Yours is the one with the glasses, right? Yeah.
I used to have it. I was not I almost want to get it just for Corey Haim, but I was like, I don't know if I'm a fan of that.
Gonna complete that collection over there. Blu-ray Addict says, do you still collect VHS? I do sparingly, like not actively, unless it's something like I might be going after, right? Like if I'm like, oh, I'm going to complete a Corey Haim collection, then I'll actively go after VHS. But if I go to a thrift store, I'll look. If I'm at a place that has them, I'll always look. And if I find something I want, I get. My problem is that sadly I sold 80% of my stuff back in like the day. So I'll never be able to get as much as I did because they're not as cheap as they are unless you can find them at thrifts. But I know Mel collects them quite a bit.
I do. And now I can watch them. So it makes me want to go after them even more, which is funny because I should have mentioned on this. I'm kind of curious about your DVD for watchers because I watched this the other day and I actually really didn't think it looked that bad. Either that or this TV has some upscaling going on. Because I thought the picture quality was fine. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched it not too long ago and I thought to myself, it doesn't look that great even as a DVD. Because there's some DVDs I put in that I'm just like, these look fine. But this one kind of looked a little bit, it wasn't dark. It was just it just looked like a VHS on a big screen.
Fuzzy look to it from what I remember. That's why I remember the DVD.
Are you doing any VHS stuff, Justin, at this point or no?
I was like on a big kick collecting them and I will still collect them when I find them. But like I had like a whole shelf full of VHS tapes and then I ran out of room. And so like most of them are boxed up, but like I have like my Star Wars VHS tapes out, all my Halloween VHS tapes, some other ones are out. But like, yeah, I have a like big box full of VHS tapes and I have a VHS player hooked up and ready to go whenever I want to watch them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I love it. I love collecting it.
How are you doing with space? Because I feel like you've had the same couple shelves forever. Like, have you run out and had to like make moves, or what's going on?
Well, I'm able to rotate things, so and I bought more shelves. Like I'll have to do like a whole brand new room tour. Not like drastically to where I'm like buying like like the whole wall is full of shelves, but or whole room. But yeah, I go through movies if I don't love something or if I've watched it once and it's been like what 5-10 years since I've seen it, I donate it or give it away. But I still have some space, so I'm really happy with it.
Now, do you have anything boxed away, or whatever you have is out and accessible?
I have my VHS tapes boxed away. Can't talk. Boxed away. I know this is great.
I love it.
But as far as DVDs and Blu-rays and everything go, no, those are still out and still around. So I need to do a whole brand new room tour at some point.
I used to love your room tours, man.
Well, thank you.
You still have that Sour Patch Kid stand?
Oh, I do. It's right over
Sick.
there. I'm looking at it right now. They were going to throw him away, and I was like, do not throw him away. Let me take him home with me.
Was that when you were working at the movie thing?
Yeah, Family Video, yeah. I was, that broke my heart. But anyway, yeah, it was like the last day. We were getting rid of things that no one bought or wanted. And the Sour Patch Kid was still there. And I was like, and I named him Bob. He's Bob the Sour Patch Kid. And I was like, they were like, yeah, we're going to toss him. And I had a coworker say, ask Justin if he wants it. And I was like, yes, I will take him home with me. And so, yeah, I have the Sour Patch Kid, big standee there. So.
Now, working at a place like that, was there a lot of things that you saw that you would just like, wow, how could they do this? Or throwing away things that you were like, I should have taken that? Or was you allowed to take it? Were they destroying a lot of discs? Like, were you noticing anything like that? When I had a friend that worked at Blockbuster, he goes, dude, we destroy so many movies. It's insane.
We never destroyed movies. If there was older titles that we had like throughout like the just kind of the horror movie section or dramas or whatnot, if they didn't sell well, we would sell them for like $1 a piece and they would sell quick. I would see a couple Corey Haim obscure movies throughout the walls of films. And I was like, oh, look, there's Corey Haim. But yeah, never would throw away movies. They would always, if we had them for $1 or like $5, people would buy them. Around where I live, streaming is really hard for some people. So, with internet connection and everything. So DVD and Blu-ray is still very, very popular here. And I remember when we were closing, people would come in and cry and say, this is our entertainment right here. What are we going to do without you all here? And so that was really sad. But DVD and Blu-ray, they would sell quick. You put it up for $1 and people would buy them, and we would sell a lot of movies. And at the end of closing the store, the very last week that we had customers, the last day with them, we sold everything else that we had left, which was a lot of stuff. Somebody came in and bought everything else.
Aww.
And so no movies left. No movies left after we closed. So we never threw anything away. The only things that like towards the end that we threw away were like old DVD shelves and Blu-ray shelves that were such a pain in the butt to like pull apart and like break apart. Because trust me, I was doing some of it and I was like, this is not fun. I wish I would have been able to keep like some of our like family video signs that we had displayed on the wall. I remember tearing them down and like just being kind of devastated about this. And
now, where did they go? In a dumpster?
Yeah, either people wanted them, we'd give them away, or they would go in the dumpster. And I
would have been so sick if you were able to get like a nice wooden sign or something like that, because I'm sure that's a pretty valuable piece. And I was going to actually ask you, do you have any of your shirts still or anything like that? Because I saw a site not too long ago that was selling like they were making like family video shirts and like selling them on their store. And I'm thinking, wonder if Justin has any of the original ones that he still has.
I have a sweater. I have a sweater in the other room. I actually was going to wear that tonight, and I was like, no, I want to wear my dance TV.
Oh, that's cool,
But
though,
I
man.
do
That's
have
cool.
I have a family video sweater, and I have a family video T-shirt, and I have one that said "Save the Video Stores." So I still have that stuff. And the other thing I kept, and I'm like, where is the thing? Because it kept running for years. Everybody was like, I don't want this family video clock. It's so boring. And I'm like, I will take the family video clock. Thank you very much. And I will have it somewhere in the room. And I don't have it somewhere in the room right now. But for the longest time, after we closed and after I had it for like 3 years now, thing kept running. I was like, this thing had the strongest batteries I've ever seen in anything, and it would keep running and ticking. And
it's got. Does it have the logo on it and stuff?
It does. Family video on it.
Don't get rid of that, man. That could be that could be something that's worth some money someday.
I still have it. It's somewhere in the closet. And then we when I was there, I'll show these. I have these right now, so I actually have them out. We made these one year for Christmas. They are a Ninja Turtle Christmas.
Oh,
that's cool, man. Yeah, those are sweet. Like little Christmas balls.
Yeah, Christmas bulbs, and we just
That's
put
awesome.
little googly eyes on them, and they were the Ninja Turtles. I have two boxes of those. So the main thing though I have is that Sour Patch Kid, and I look at him all the time. Good
That's
old Bob
awesome.
the Sour Patch Kid, and I love it. I'm like, this is great. I have my candies and everything in there. When friends come over, they can grab some candy, or if it's late night and I want some munchies, I will go and get those. So
if we want you to stay up like till really late, till almost 1, you have to maybe eat some of those.
we like scarf it down.
Stay awake.
Got
Yeah.
Skittles and Starburst and all that stuff in there. So, and then from time to time, I'll go through the movies and I'll open it and I'm like, oh, it's a family video release because it has the sticker on it. So, yeah. Good old video store days. I was there for 6 years, and I was like I remember locking the doors after we closed, where everything was torn down, ripping things apart, and yeah, awesome memories with that place. I was a Lego once, so we had a Lego party, and I dressed up like a Lego. There is a photo out there of me in like Lego attire, like when the Lego movie came out. So I was a Santa Claus one year. There's a picture of me dressed like Santa Claus, and I was a Santa Claus at Family Video. We had a party, and they were like, "We need a Santa Claus," and they're like, "Justin can do it." They're like, "We got to stuff him with pillows, though. We cannot have a skinny Santa Claus running around."
I love it.
So there's pictures of that too. So, but yeah, I felt like I rambled. I apologize if I ramble way too much.
It's all right. You're someone who worked all day. You're wide awake, man. What can I ask for?
So,
yeah,
but memories with Family Video.
Ace had a fun fact that I was not aware of. I don't know if anybody can attest to this. Tucore is originally going to be cast to be in Weekend at Bernie's.
I remember that.
That would have been interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool. Let me see. Oh, Gory Tiger says, yeah, Meredith Salinger is married to Patton Oswalt now. Very interesting couple. Do anybody have a Laserdisc player? I do not in hand, but my uncle has a few, and he is his big one is like he's gonna give me one soon. He keeps telling me that, so hopefully I'll have one soon. Whoa, Wet Movie 1. What is
What up, Brandon?
Hey, Wetness.
I want to try. Okay, while you guys are talking, I'm gonna try to move this laptop so you can see the Sour Patch Kid. Have you seen the Sour Patch Kid, Mel?
I have not.
Let me see if I can move this laptop without knocking everything over. So let's see. I will show you this. The lighting's gonna get really bad, but if you can see it over there. There he is.
Oh, wow.
Like almost life-size Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, that's not what I expected.
Yeah. Pretty neat. Oh, gosh.
Let me see. Oh, all right. Bookhouse Boys. At the back of Dream a Little Dream, the man and the woman is from a movie, The Family. La Familia from 1987, a very random mistake. Very random.
Yeah.
Very. I wonder if like
Especially
was
to
it
not
an
say
actor-
anything about it and just move on with your day.
Was there like an actor or actress in that movie that was in Dream a Little Dream, and they were like, "Well, let's just grab that image and
Here we
place it
go.
on the back of the box."
So my friend worked at Blockbuster, so did Wet Movie, and he said the Blockbuster I worked at, we had to destroy the DVDs and Blu-rays. How crazy is that?
We only destroyed
Well, yeah,
one.
they could have made money on them. Like Justin said, sell them for $1.
We
Like,
would
why
sell-
destroy them?
Stacey
I
said we
only-
had to destroy movies due to studio contract deals. It always sucked doing it. Yeah.
I never had to do that. I will say we destroyed one movie, and it was just because I remember like somebody calling. They're like, "Okay, Justin, you have to destroy this movie. You have to take off this shelf and destroy it. It's a cursed movie." And I was like, "Okay." So I took it off the shelf, and I did not destroy it. I gave it to a friend of mine who was like, "Can I have the movie?" And I'm like, "Well, you can have it for free because I'm supposed to destroy this movie."
Yeah, I don't know why she's not releasing them. I don't think it would be a money. I think she's losing money by not doing that. I don't know. But yeah, Wet Movie did take a Blockbuster sign on the wall when when they closed.
That's awesome.
Let me see. Oh, that's why.
Oh,
I want that clip. Give me that clip.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that makes sense.
Oh, I see. All right. You want to rank?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just go around the horn. We don't have to talk about the movies, I guess, unless we just want to talk about why they came in specific
Okay.
numbers, since we already talked about them. But we'll go last to first, and we'll just kind of go. I'll go, she'll go, you'll go. All right, let me see. I have my ranking here. Okay. I'm going to put at number 9, this Rad 9 ranking. Now, again, gang, we just talked about them all, so you heard our thoughts on them. Because usually what happens is when you put one at the end, they're like, you hate that movie? No, not necessarily. This one is my number 9 just because I haven't seen it. So Murphy's Romance is going at number 9 just by default because I have not seen the movie.
Same. I put Murphy's Romance at number 9 because I haven't seen it.
Now, I put Secret Admirer at number 9 because I haven't seen the movie. So,
okay.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, we'll get controversial here. Number 8 is going to be The Watchers.
Oh, wow. I'm shocked. I thought you would have had it higher.
Watch this any longer.
It's again, I think it's good. It's a good movie, but I feel like these 80s movies from him are so strong. It's hard to put anything behind it. In my opinion. I know where Mel's going, but in my opinion, it's hard to put anything behind it.
Oh, you know where I'm going.
I know where you're going.
What's my next one?
Firstborn.
Oh, I'm going to surprise you, but this is also going to be controversial. My number 8 is Lucas.
Oh, okay.
So
that is controversial.
yeah, for obvious reasons.
My number 8 is Murphy's Romance, and it's only because I've only seen the movie once, and I don't really remember too much of it. Great cast, though. Great acting.
All right, controversial again. My number 7 is going to be Dream a Little Dream.
Oh, what? Oh,
What kind of crap do you have in your top 3? I'm kidding. They're all great movies.
Oh, good.
They are. But I love the surprises though.
I know. I'm totally surprised. This is not where I thought this was going. Okay, so my number 7 is Firstborn.
I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
I like this movie. Like the next 3 films are not films that I like necessarily love, but I really enjoy them or like them. My number 7 is Watchers. I know. Number 7.
Why is this movie getting no love?
Granted, again, I need a better version of this film for me to, I think, fully appreciate it.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Tom says Mel's telling it like it is. He gets it.
That's right. Tom knows. Tom knows what's up.
All right. Number 9, 8.
I think we're at 6.
is Secret Admirer. Good movie. Love the movie, but I think all the stuff that I have in front of it is just a little bit more hitting home for me.
This is funny because I have Secret Admirer at number 6 for the exact same reason. Because everything in front of it is amazing.
Mhm.
More amazing than what's in front of yours, but just saying.
You're eyeing one of my movies being like, where's this going to fall now?
Number 6 for me is Firstborn. I've only seen it once. Need to give it a rewatch. But I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Number 5. Silver Bullet.
No.
So low on the list.
Really?
So low.
Are you gonna put Firstborn at number 2? Is this what you're doing?
I think it's gonna be his top 3.
It's up there.
I'm thinking number 3.
He's like barely in this movie.
Come on, he shoots the crow with the slingshot. That's a big scene. He hits Peter Weller with a baseball bat. Come on.
You're the worst. My number 5 is License to Drive.
Wow, that's ballsy.
Oh,
That's
I'm
ballsy
doing
right
it.
there.
I'm doing it. I do love this movie, but I love the next 4 more. Just saying.
Number 5. We're at number 5. Number 5 for me is Lucas.
Ooh, makes sense.
I really enjoy it. Again, don't love it though. I don't have much of an attachment like this, like I do the other movies on the list.
Okay, we're in the top 4, and it's Lucas. Number 4. Luca Plakia, number 4.
My number 4 is gonna be Dream a Little Dream.
Oh my gosh, Mel, we're twinsies.
Winning it up.
Number 4. I love it. I love the movie.
Yes.
All right, gang. Top 3. Top 3 right now. Number 3 is going to be Firstborn.
Yes.
Number 3. Okay, you
It's
did
the-
surprise me then.
It's the number 3 spot.
I thought you were gonna put that at the number 2
It was
spot.
close. It was close.
Silver Bullet is my number 3.
Twinsies again, Mel. Number 3.
Wow.
Yes.
Love the movie. It deserves the top 3.
It does.
awesome movie.
Garrett.
It was top 5.
Not top 3 though, Garrett.
All right. Number 2 is License to Drive.
That's fair.
Corey Haim's big break
That's okay.
as a lead man.
That's okay. My number 2 is Watchers.
Wow, that was a big hit.
I
All the
love
way
this movie, and he like is practically the only person in this movie. He carries this movie on his back. It's amazing.
I'm gonna break a lot of hearts here. You ready? My number 2 is
Oh, there was no straightaway win.
What?
I'm gonna rip it off like I'm just ripping it off like a band-aid.
I just don't even believe you. Stop
Yeah,
lying.
It's because Brian gave him the poster, so he says sentimental value.
It's very hard to put this at number 2 because I love this movie so much. I love this movie. And maybe one day I'll go back to number 1, but right now it's close.
Today should have been the day, my friend.
Mm.
Because number 1 is Lost Boys for me. Oh, there we
Same.
go. So you could have
I
been a
mean,
close
obviously.
Oh.
Number 1 for me is License to Drive.
Wow. Because he's got that expensive Blu-ray, that's why.
Oh,
Like $200, License to Drive, Lost Boys, $6.99. Which one am I going to choose? No, but I mean, again, it was a hard list to do because personally for me, and I know we're not like everybody when it comes to Corey Haim films, besides the one I haven't seen, which is Murphy's Romance, like I like all these movies, and these are all movies that I watch on a regular basis, not every week, but I probably watch these probably at least once a year, I think. So I mean, I think he had a real strong 1980s, and
Mhm.
if you guys in the chat haven't seen a lot of these movies that we talked about, I saw somebody said, I have 9 movies I need to put on my watch list. So I'm assuming what?
Oh
haven't
my
seen any of these?
god!
But I think you should check these out. You were close. You were close. Silver Bullet just got beat out. Let me see. You need to get this. I do not have the 4K Silver Bullet. I will get it. You
Me
know, I've been
too.
really picky with some of my Screen Factory 4Ks, but usually
I
I
bet it
found that
looks
if I
really
wait
good.
like a month or so, I can usually get it cheaper than day of price for some reason. Usually, like it used to be when you bought day of, that was like the better price. Where now I think like sometimes you got to give it a couple weeks
Mhm.
and let it simmer down, and then it comes with better. I think I did that with The Burning and Creep Show. Like I waited and then got it maybe like $10 cheaper or something like that, like in like a month or so.
Same.
So I will get it, no doubt.
Same here.
But Blu-ray Addict, yeah, you should definitely check some of these out. I need to check out Murphy's
Yes.
Romance as well. I don't know if Watchers is available streaming. Do you know, Mel?
It's not.
It's not. So that's going to be a hard one to check out then, unless
I mean, you
can
might
find
be
it
able to
on
rent
YouTube.
it or something.
You could probably rent it. I'm surprised like Tubi
Yeah.
or somebody doesn't have it. I'm like, Tubi, come on.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's funny is there's actually a Watchers 3. I don't know if there's a Watchers 4.
There is.
Maybe.
I think the 4th one has Lisa Wilcox in it.
Okay, because I do have
Hmm.
another one in my collection. When I was pulling this out, I was like, oh, I have another Watchers. And I think it might have been 3. Maybe it was 4. I don't know. I just saw another one in there. But yeah, I've seen Crank too, where you got Haim in it with the spiky hair. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was like one of his last performances when he was kind of making the comeback. Yeah, people are asking about that too. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Question for you, both of you. So, do you remember when was it Lost Boys? Not Tribe. Lost Boys, the Thirst or the Tribe? The second one.
Tribe. Yeah.
I remember like the big hype leading up to that, and I was like, okay, I'm so excited. Yeah, we're getting the 2 Corys back.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot wait. And then I'm watching the movie, and I'm like, where is Corey Haim? And you get, is it like a mid-credit scene? And I was like, that's all we get
Mm-hmm.
from
Mhm.
Corey Haim?
Yeah, it was a big controversy. If you ever watch the 2 Corys, they actually go through all of it on like what happened and why. And it was a lot of it was he was just not. I don't know if he was on drugs at the time or not, but he wasn't he couldn't get his lines.
Oh,
So they ended up having to like put him as like this like end credits thing, which sucks because it never led to anything.
never led to anything.
I think he passed before part 3 came out, so then therefore he wasn't even included at all. So like that end scene was supposed to lead in, I thought, to something else because he just wasn't ready come time. And I don't know for a fact if like they just like Corey Feldman decided to give him a smaller part than originally planned, or they had to do it that way due to the way it was going. I don't know that. Like I don't know if Corey got the set and thought he had all these parts, but he really didn't. I don't know.
I just remember thinking, that's all we got from him. I was so sad because I was like, this is the return. It's going to be epic. And, I just remember that release. I remember I was like searching for that DVD release. I was like, nowhere where I lived had the DVD release. And so I had to like go out farther just to pick up the DVD release. So,
yeah. Do you remember that? Did you remember the hype with them doing that part 2, Mel?
Yeah, kind of. I just remember watching it and same, I was upset about Corey's part in that and what they did to him.
he was a
So
vampire, I think.
yeah,
I was like,
they made him a vampire and the end credits is stupid.
Yeah, I didn't like the vampire thing.
I didn't like it. But then I also saw the Corey's episode where they talked about it and they were like fighting about it kind of.
That was that time where they were not like really speaking to each other, right? Like
Yes, that was when I first met him. They weren't speaking, and they were both at the convention together. That I met Corey for the first time, and he was the reason I traveled to Monster Mania because I'd only been going around conventions like around Massachusetts and stuff. And when I saw that they were doing a Lost Boys reunion in New Jersey, I drove down there, and they had separated the Coreys all weekend. So whenever they would do panels for the Lost Boys, they would be in groups. So it'd be like the Frog Brothers did all their stuff together, and then everybody else did their stuff together. And then Corey Haim was signing in a room by himself, and Corey Feldman was like up in like a hotel room signing by himself. Like they couldn't be anywhere near. So I wasn't sure if it was like a real thing or if it was like they wanted to stay in character for the show. I wasn't sure, but they weren't even around each other all weekend.
Could you imagine back then they didn't have photo ops? Could you imagine like now, like if back then if they had photo ops, you'd have to get like 2 separate photo ops just to.
I know. I wonder if they would have ever done one together. Right.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah.
But gang, somebody's talking about Best Buy and the movies are gone where you are. I have some Best Buys around me that they're all gone to. One that I go to still has some, but there's one that's completely gone. Like there's not even a section anymore.
Wow.
So,
I need to stop at mine and see.
I know, but I thought there would be like crazy sales, like they just want to get rid of them. But I went yesterday and I was like, oh, I would love to see if I can find Silver Bullet like on clearance. But like nothing is really marked down, really.
And like,
and I'm thinking to myself, what are they going to be doing with all these? Just sending them back? Like
maybe they're just going to send them to Walmart.
Maybe. But you know, I did go to Walmart today and they have so many steel books that Best Buy used to have that didn't have. Like
you
ones
see
that
they're reprinting a bunch of them too, like the American Psycho one that sold out and like everybody wants. They're reprinting that now.
I know. That makes it less valuable in a collector's eye.
Yeah.
And what I see today, did you guys, and it's a real nice steel book for Red Dawn.
I saw the steel book. I haven't bought it. I did see it.
That's at Walmart now, which was way sold out from Best Buy. So
yeah.
I did get the Extras Believer steelbook from Walmart. So,
what's that one?
Nice.
That's like the Walmart exclusive. Yeah,
really
exclusive Exorcist Believer steelbook.
Mine didn't have that. I got that.
That's a horrifying cover.
I like that cover.
It is very horrifying. It's very horrifying.
Wow.
Just kind of goes. I'm one of the rare people that love this movie, so
I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it.
Way too much hate. I was like, what is with the hate with this movie? I'm glad you both like it because I was like, what is with the hate of this movie?
I mean, I look at it this way. It's to even try to compare it to the original is stupid.
You can't
like, why would you? You can't.
You can't.
And to be honest, like, think about everything else we've gotten from that franchise. This is probably one of the better ones. To be quite honest,
I agree.
So it is what it is. I mean,
it's good. Like, it's a good movie.
I'm fine with it. But I ordered a steelbook from the UK that comes in like the big thick box, and you open it, it's got the steelbook inside. I got that one, but it's not going to be here till like, I don't know, January or something. So, but if the steelbook is different than that one, I'll go try to find that one.
I mean, yeah, like I said, Walmart exclusive. Creepy cover though. But you know,
I didn't realize that they had an exclusive.
I do love I was like, you know what, I do love the movie. I'm gonna grab the steelbook, and it might be controversial to say this, but it might be my favorite David Gordon Green horror movie. Like, I've had love-hate relationships with his Halloween movies, and that one I was like, you know, I walked out of the movie, I was like, I do love this, so might be my favorite David Gordon Green horror movie.
See, I use Best Buy quite a bit.
I do too.
Just because it's in my travel on a regular, so I just usually stop off. And especially I did a lot on their website too, because I would always just pre-order a lot of their stuff that I wanted as steelbook limiteds and stuff.
I remember.
But I mean, if Walmart's going to get them, that's great. But the problem is Walmart's have different tiers. Like, have you ever gone to Walmart's where like one will have a bunch of stuff and the other one has like nothing? So, you know, I have to go to specific ones that I know will carry steelbooks. Like, there's one out of the 4 that are near me that will have steelbooks. So I've got to make sure that, you know, I go to that one, because not everyone's going to have all that stuff.
Agreed. I think some Walmarts get more Blu-rays than DVDs. I know ours, and then some get more DVDs than Blu-rays, because the one I am close by, they get a lot more DVDs than Blu-rays, and then there's some Walmarts that have more Blu-rays than DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
Really depends on the sale.
Yeah, so that's what's tricky, is you just got to kind of be at the right one to get some of that stuff. But guys, I mean, this was our annual Corey Haim tribute show. It's his birthday, or it was his birthday. It is now Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Eve, yes.
Oh my God.
So I want to thank everybody. If you didn't check this out from the beginning, go back and check it out. We talk about all of his films from the 1980s. We gave you our little ranking on all 9 of his films. So definitely check that out. And John Doe says there's a planogram. There's a B and C Walmart. Interesting.
Oh,
But Mel, thank you so much for being on this year.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And Justin Ryan back on the channel, which is cool. Now, before we
happy,
leave,
by the way, to be back. This was so much fun.
dude, thank you.
And I'm awake. I'm like wide awake. Like, this is great.
Let's talk about Justin really quick before we head out, and then we'll go to Mel, then we'll go to me. Justin,
Yes.
let's tell the peeps out there where they can find you on socials and anything you have coming up.
So YouTube channel, Ryan1988. And then I have an Instagram, Ryan1988. But when you look at my username, it's like I had to put like a underscore. I don't know what the heck that was all about, but like it's Ryan1988 on there. So I'm on YouTube and Instagram. So Instagram, I do crazy dance videos, but you know, that's more going to be. I'll probably start doing more of that on YouTube. But yeah, so with YouTube coming up, definitely going to be, I felt like there was times I wasn't as active this year on YouTube. I like kind of come in spurts where I make a lot of videos and then I stop. But 2024 is going to be the year where I'm full on, like just more streams, more videos, because also at the end of this month is going to be 15 years since I started making YouTube videos. And in fact, December 30th of 2008 was the first video I did. And it was like, it was a minute long. And Mel, you don't even see my face. It's just me talking, very quiet going, this is what I got for Christmas. And it was,
I love it.
Go and watch. You're like, this is the same person I was.
I'm going to go watch it.
A couple days ago on Instagram. But I still have it up. I still treasure the video. I can't believe it's going to be 15 years since I started making videos. It doesn't feel like that. But December 30th, I'll have my 15th anniversary video, and thank a lot of people for following me all these years, because I really have grown both, you know, physically, mentally through YouTube. It's become a big part of my life. I've shared a lot on YouTube. I was 20 years old when I started making YouTube videos. I'm now 35. I've created friendships. I've created people that I consider family, like both of you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next year will be 10 years since I came out, and I came out on YouTube, and that was like one of the first times I ever came out and told people I was gay. And so that was a big thing. That was a big part of my life. And so I shared that on YouTube. So YouTube for me is a fun hobby, and I love doing it. I love talking movies. I love talking physical media. I love talking with friends. But it's also just become just a part of my life where I've grown a lot through it. And people have seen me move different places and start new chapters in my life. And I really love it. I really love what I still do today, but I really love the people that I consider family. So yes, I do have upcoming videos. Again, rambled on, apologize. But yeah, the big one will be the 15-year mark, will be something that's going to be really special. So I can't believe it's been 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, I can't either. And I think that's huge to really just try to get the momentum back at this 15-year mark, because it's such a big milestone. And I think really what it comes down to is just consistency. And that's the big thing, is to just, even if you can just find a night to just carve out and be like, you know what, I'm at least going to release one video a week at least.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Try to consistent with that, you know, and it's hard, you know, why do you think I come on late at night sometimes? Because I know if I don't, that's like, I'm not going to be able to put anything out that week. So like, to me, it just feels like it's just one of those things. It's like a job in a sense. It's, you know, like, okay, I got to get this done. It's like sending an important email out that you knew you had to get done by a certain deadline. But I think it's great that you're back and you know, you're planning on going full force, because like I said, he's someone that I watched.
I was saying, like, I remember the good old days with like you commenting and watching videos and talking about it. Yeah.
I used to comment on his stuff. You know, I used to watch a lot of these guys that I now collab with, which is amazing because I was just sitting on my couch collecting stuff and having other people on there recommend things that I might not own. And yeah, I can remember all those videos. I can remember from back the Eat Some Skittles, the video you came out. Like I remember all that stuff,
Yeah.
like, so it's just crazy again that, I started this and now you're here. So
I know it's like this puts a smile on my face, so I get to be here and chat with you both. Like
this is such a weird place because I even did a collab with PVD Horror at a nostalgia horror bar in Rhode Island. We did like a live show, and we were talking on it. You guys probably didn't hear it because it was so loud in there and our audio was terrible. But one of the guys in PVD Horror I went to high school with, and like,
what?
Dude, it's so wild. And he was 1 year below me, and we knew of each other, but didn't realize that we liked horror movies. So like we never interacted ever. So I was like saying to him during the show, would you ever thought, when you were in like 1998, that X amount of years later, we'd be doing like a horror show, like at a bar. It didn't make sense. Like he was nobody I ever talked to. And we went to high school together and like 1 grade apart.
Okay, so wow. I have a story to tell you about Family Video, and it's connected to my YouTube channel. So this was crazy. This was probably like my next to like Brian coming up to me when I was meeting Heather Langenkamp. That was just fun, but I love Brian so much. But this was the moment where I was like, wow, like somebody actually watch my videos. I know they do, but like I was putting movies away on a shelf at Family Video, and I had this one guy come up to me. And he said, were you the guy? He said, I saw your interview with Tamara Glenn from Halloween 5, and I loved it. Just this random guy at Family Video coming up to me, recognizing my YouTube channel and recognizing that interview I did with Tamara Glenn from Halloween 5, where I worked. I didn't talk about it. Like that wasn't I love my YouTube channel, but like, never really mentioned it Family Video. Like my coworkers knew I made videos, but like just a random customer coming up and saying, I saw your interview that you did and I loved it. Like you were talking about like you at that bar and like the person that you knew from high school. This is just like crazy that people that you never expect watch your videos come up and say, I watch your videos. I love your channel, whatever it may be. So,
man, Family Video, you should have just when you were at the desk or whatever, you should have had like little cards or something. Every time someone bought a horror movie, you flip it in,
promo yourself
or whatever. Like,
there you go.
Yeah, you like horror movies? Check this out. Check this channel out. That would have been gold right there.
I want to say this real quick, and I'm totally serious when I say this. So, Garrett, you were on Nathan Jones's channel maybe a couple months ago, and you brought me to happy tears when you talked about me briefly on when you were talking about your film journey and you talked about me briefly on it, and I just want to say like it was happy tears, but the kind words that you had to say, it was awesome. So
well, thank you, man. I don't remember what I said, but I would never say anything. I would never say anything but nice about you. So
I know, but no, I just want to let you know that was very.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So,
and how about you, Mel?
I'm a sentimental person. Like I will just, I appreciate all of it.
Where can everybody find you, Mel?
You can find me on My Killer Podcast on all the things. Thanks.
All the things. Mel's still pumping out a vid a week, right? At least.
And Mel's videos are awesome, and I love your videos, Mel. Like I think they are just great and so much fun, and I appreciate what you do. So thank you.
My videos are silly. It's fine.
Anything new planned for 2024 for you in the channel or anything like that?
For me?
Yeah.
No.
Well, then okay, I'll answer her question. For the Radpack, we do.
Oh yeah. Well, you said for me.
Well, hey, I mean, I'm just asking, but if you don't, then the Radpack does. So in 2024, we get a lot more content coming. We also just opened memberships, which is going to be pretty cool. So we're going to do some exclusive stuff over there. So if you guys aren't subscribed over to the Radpack Pod on all audio platforms and on YouTube, go check it out. That's where you can find me, Mel, and another Justin.
The other Justin.
Talking some 80s and 90s. And of course, I'm Garrett from Born to Be Rad. And again, I'll do another stream talking about my 2024 things that I have planned. But as far as anything else this year, I mean, I got stuff this year, but this week, I don't know. I don't think I'll be back on until probably after Christmas, I think. But Justin, man, thank you for joining us tonight. Like I said, we had to get a Justin in here because the other one was in the hot seat. So
Like I
And
said,
congratulations on 15 years.
Yeah.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. And like I said, if you ever need another Justin on this,
Yeah, look at that.
as a guest, I would totally love
the
to do it.
umbrella, baby.
This was this was so much fun. I had a blast on this stream, and again, I'm pretty much wide awake. So it's like, look.
Well, good. You're gonna tell us really quick about Jason Patrick before we go to bed.
Oh yeah, I got to tell you that story.
Gang, everybody who checked this out, thank you so much for coming. This is Garrett, Mel, and Justin, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.